Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Today's the 16th day of Elul, and we're on page 74 in the Chayenu. I want to give a very special shout out to my friend Rabbi Yossi Pelz, who I saw last night. He is the director of the Chayenu, and he's excited that we are learning it together. We announced it in our class. So I told him I'm going to give him a shout out tomorrow morning. So that's Yossi, that's for you. Okay. Page 74 or whatever, wherever your app takes you to today. In today's lesson, every year on Rosh Hashanah, we just blew the shofar, right? Every year on Rosh Hashanah, there's a newer and more sublime divine energy than the previous year. We're always growing from one level to the next, up. And this sublime energy flows into creation. It becomes manifest by virtue of our good deeds, of our actions and our tshuva. And this is the meaning of the pasuk that says, "Forever are the eyes of Hashem upon it." The eyes, quote unquote, here is an epithet for the efflux and radiation of the light of Chokhmah. What does this mean? Right. For this reason, our sages are referring to it as the eyes of the congregation, as they are illumined by the light of Chokhmah, which is known by the epithet eyes. What is eyes? Eretz Yisrael Machkim, and this too is the meaning of the teaching, that the atmosphere of the land of Eretz Yisrael makes one wise. Just by being there alone, you ingest wisdom. As stated above, forever are the eyes of Hashem upon it, referring to constant illumination by Chachma. So Chachma is wisdom, knowledge. So this radiation efflux, though it is continuous, nevertheless, nevertheless, it is not only on one and the same plane and level since the beginning of the world. Rather, every year there's a new and superior light. As we mentioned yesterday, the light which was generated and which shone on this Rosh Hashanah withdraws to its source on the eve of next year Erev Rosh Hashanah. So every year that light gets withdrawn, and then a newer and stronger and better and higher light comes in. So that's the question. How could it be that God's eyes are always shining and there's always this divine energy that's on Eretz Yisrael? Why doesn't it just say constant? Because Erev Rosh Hashanah goes up and a new and a stronger one comes in. And this enables us to understand the pasuk that Hashem's eyes are upon the land from the beginning of the year to the end of the year only. So there has to be an end. Where's the end? Because there's a new one that comes in and the end from the previous year ends. The light from the previous year ends. And that's why the word Mireshis from the beginning is written without an aleph. It alludes to the withdrawal they're the sense a new and more spiritual and higher level of light that has never been seen or shined before since the beginning of the world. It vests itself and conceals itself in Eretz HaChaim, as we mentioned yesterday, above, meaning in Malchus of Atzilus, the source of all worlds and created beings, and it sort of waits there till its turn, till its opportunity to come down to the Eretz HaChaim, which is below in the land of Israel. Now you know why sometimes you go there, you just feel it. You feel it. You know in Eretz Yisrael there's something different. The light that animates this world first passes through the Holy Land, and from there it diffuses throughout the world at large. Remember Steve came back, he was just like, oh my God, You have to tell everybody. There's something in the air. If you choose not to feel it, it's a chesaron in you, but it's there. You have to just open up and allow that light to come in. That light that passes through Eretz Yisrael animates the entire world for the duration of that year. Its manifestation, however, the light became concealed in Eretz Chaim above and below. And the revelation of this light and the descent of a creative life force that comes into the entire world and all created beings, every single thing that exists, all of this that happens, that the light goes, first of all, it's a new light, and it's a stronger light, and it's a beautiful light that comes down into the world and animates everything, which comes through Eretz Yisrael first, all depends on the actions of us below and on our merits of our tshuva during the Aseret Yimei Tshuva, after, from between Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur. And this is enough because, we understand what to do, we understand what we need to do, we understand how it's done, but we just need to go do it. So in summary, the divine light issuing from the sphere of Chachma in the world of Atzilus that radiates within the land of Eretz Yisrael throughout the year increases yearly, both quantitatively and qualitatively. Similarly, the tzedakah given for Eretz Yisrael should increase every year, both qualitatively and quantitatively. The conclusion of the above letter makes it clear that this mortal initiative makes an impact on the revelation of this light. When we give tzedakah, that's the action part. The tshuva is the qualitative part. The ever-increasing revelation of the light that descends in a concealed form is dependent on the ever-increasing contributions of tzedakah given for the land of Eretz Yisrael. So the takeaway now, we're in the time before Rosh Hashanah. Every year in Rosh Hashanah, a new energy descends into the world. And this energy is a latent energy. It's waiting to spring forth. Its revelation and manifestation into your life is dependent on you and your actions. Your actions and merits in the 10 days from Rosh Hashanah until Yom Kippur are of utmost importance. Of course, throughout Elul, that's when it starts. And it continues between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. And then we reap the benefits throughout the entire year. Okay, Chavra, get to it. Action, baby. Let's go.